I'm surprised Daboll didn't like that. I mean, the guy is a dictator. He likes to yell at people. It shows a little emotion. And I like Malik Nabers. I saw some of the video before the show started on what Malik Nabers was doing. St. Brown is a powerful personality. I don't know if anybody, again, I'm going to go back to the Netflix. If nobody's seen Wide Receiver, go and check it out. The guy is very well respected around the league. He's an emotional guy. He comes from a family where his father was Mr. Olympian, Mr. Olympic, whatever his name is. I mean, what he was a weight trainer. He started training, working out his body when he was 12, 13 years old. So St. Brown, he understands what it takes to be the best. His father pushed him. His father pushed his other brother who's in the NFL as well. So I understand that. Daniel Jones and Malik Nabers going and getting involved with the Lions, it shows, I do believe it shows the teamwork. It shows that camaraderie that you want. You want these guys to stick up for one another. You want them to stand for something. Daniel Jones is not much of a guy that you would think that would go out there and try to fight. No. He's a skinny, scrawny guy, long guy. But him going and protecting his players and Malik Nabers going out there and protecting Daniel Jones, that says a lot about the leadership on this team. And here's another thing. Greg Van Roten, I don't understand him. He's a journeyman. He's been in the NFL for a long, long time. He played for the Jets. He had a lot to say when he was there with the Jets. He threw a lot of these players on the Jets under the bus when he wasn't getting a chance to play, or a lot of players thought he was lazy. There's a lot of pressure on this organization to succeed this year, at least be a 500 team. And the Lions are expected to be a Super Bowl contender this year. So they're going to go out there. They're hungry. Dan Campbell loves pushing his players to the limit. Again, go watch Wide Receiver. He's got that personality. He's got that strong personality that he wants his players to draw to. And the Giants have another coach just like Dan Campbell, a guy that's very emotional and emotionless when it comes to certain things. And Brian Daboll's the same type of person. And when Brian Daboll is going to come out and say to eliminate these extracurricular activities, it doesn't make sense. This is a guy that was yelling at his coaches on the sideline. We've heard stories coming out that he was yelling at players in the locker room. If you're that aggressive to your own players, you would expect your players to take your personality and bring it on the field. That's what Dan Campbell teaches. You want to be aggressive. He's an aggressive coach. He's calling on fourth downs. He's going on every fourth and 3, 4th and 4. His players love that. So if you're Brian Daboll and you have all that emotion, you turn red, you're yelling at all your players and your coaches on the sideline. You want them to take that dog in them and go out there and show how tough they are, how crazy and mean they could be on the field when somebody's pushing one of your players. I love it. And that's why I don't understand Brian Daboll, and I understand Dan Campbell. And I think Brian Daboll's a good coach. I do. I think if it doesn't work with the Giants, somebody will bring him in as an offensive coordinator. He'll get another shot at a head coach.
Yeah, he'll be a Patriots offensive coordinator next year.
Bruce Arians did, and I believe Brian Daboll was won Coach of the Year his first year. Bruce Arians won it back-to-back years with 2 different teams, and I don't think there's a coach that's ever done that before.
No, I don't think so.
So I think I think Brian Daboll is a Bruce Arians type of coach. So is Dan Campbell. I just want to see more feistiness in this team. I want to see more. You're going to go out there and you're going to play for the coach. And last year at the end of the season, the players did not play for Brian Daboll. Everybody, you watch the Lions play, they play for Dan Campbell. Mm-hmm. Every single one of them play for Dan Campbell. They love Dan Campbell. Every single one of them. From Jared Goff to St. Brown to Williams. Every single, that's just the offensive players, the defensive players, and Hutchinson and all those guys. They love him. They love his feistiness. And that's what you want. You want your players to believe in the head coach. If your players don't believe in the coach, it's never going to work.
No.
And I think that when you hear the Giants and Brian Daboll come out and say that they need to quit with the extracurricular activities, I have never seen any coach say, don't stick up for your own players. Don't go out there and push the other team, push them to the brink, because you want those players, you want that coach, you want that team to know Every single time you step on the field with the New York Giants, you're going to get it if you don't play the way we want you to play.